2, 1, and live. Good morning, everyone. Little bit of a mistake. Would help to have the microphone near me. Good morning, everyone. A little bit of a mistake this morning. Funkiness with the stream key and whatnot. But I'm here. I got my coffee. And this morning, somebody is very wide awake. So, how is everyone? Is everyone doing fine? Let's get him in the viewer a little bit there. And let's spread this key around. Groups, Knightsmith. Let's go here. So, episode 3. How's everyone doing today? How did everyone sleep? I did not sleep well. Oh, too far down. You can only see my nose. No, don't eat the desk. Yeah, someone didn't sleep at all here. So, oh well. What you gonna do? Really? Oh, you dropped it. Why'd you drop it? He loves throwing things at me, or throwing things away, and then looking at me like, well, what'd you do that for, Dad? So how is everyone today? I do not have enough video to maintain streaming. Well, that's no good. I keep getting these error messages, and I don't know why. Oh well, whatever. We'll figure it out. So like I said, how's everyone doing today? Start lighting up the chat. Let me know. Let me know how you guys are. How'd you sleep? Do you have coffee? Because I desperately need coffee. Really? Is that so, young man? Really? Mm-hmm. Mm. Alright, let's switch over to a different view and see if we can get things a little spicy. Nope, you really threw it now. This child. Alright guys, well, Nope. So how's everyone doing today? I know I said that a few times. Next time I don't have him. I might be doing some other work live on here. Someone's gonna be very talky this morning, I see. Do you want to run this? I got it. Do you want to run this for me, buddy? So I can go back to sleep? You got this, right? Just another beautiful day. Oh, let's see here. Oh, good morning, Eileen. Coffee in the mug. Beautiful. I guess Connor's leading the chat today. Yeah, he's very chatty this morning. That's why I had the big cup. He's a very chatty child. Which doesn't make sense because he was asleep for none of the night. Absolutely none of the night. He was always awake. And now he's fresh as a daisy. Sorry I'm late. It wasn't showing up till now. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to be here for a little bit anyways. Whoop, hey, nope, you don't play with batteries. Okay. I'll put this down here for now. Got myself some mocha. Scary strong coffee. Good. Everyone needs some strong coffee. I just have some stuff I bought at Walmart a few weeks ago. Their English breakfast blend or whatever. It's not too bad. It's actually pretty mellow. It's like a medium roast. And then, because reasons, I threw some Ryan's Irish cream in there. Okay, no need to kick the microphone. I'm sure they don't appreciate that on their end. You threw it this time. You threw it. It's gonna be a long morning, guys. I was able to start editing last night, and that should be coming out next week. I'm doing a little mini-series now for Manliness Monday. It's not going to be every Manliness Monday, but I definitely remind trying Black Insomnia. Oh, good. The new mini-series. I wish I knew. And it's just advice that me and some other guys have gotten together and looked at. And shot a video for. It's advice for kids going from middle school into high school into college, or college into the workforce, or any of that. Things that we learn the hard way. Things that are good advice. So that's going to be a little mini series coming up. It's going to be like every other week or something. I'm going to pop one of those out. So far I have me and my brother recorded, so it's a lot of video to edit, several hours a piece. So I'm going to take the best 5-minute nuggets and pop those out as their own individual videos, and hopefully it'll get to something pretty, something good, because I'm very hopefully I'll be able to monetize again this year. And by next year, make this an actual thing that I can claim on taxes. Get this up, get this running. Get all of Knightsmith into like a real thing. Because I really want this to be my full-time job. I really want this to be something that I can really throw my effort into, so I really can start making this world better, one kerf at a time. Because I believe I can do a lot of good for this world. So I see Eileen's watching, I see Laura's watching, but there's 3 concurrent viewers. Who else is out there? Why is my stream connection so poor? I don't understand. You are so chatty this morning. And you had like no sleep. Why is that? Oh boy. Share this with your friends. You saw how fun yesterday was. The more people that are in here, the more people that are all chatting around, the better it seems to work out. Alright, don't yell. You threw your banana. It's not a reason to yell. He's trying to be chatty like Daddy. Yes. He's definitely chatty like me. The newest YouTube star, maybe. And thanks, Rich. He is pretty cute. Even if he is a bit of a screamer this morning. Hey, Connor. See that? That's you. Oh, boy. So what does everyone have on their plate today? Is anyone doing anything exciting? Any good crafts to do? Where did it go? Get that reference from his mom refer to school. Yeah. Cleaning out the closet and maybe getting craft room organized. Awesome. Because we're gonna have to do some collaborations here in the lady. Poor Mick being here. I didn't say anything about her. She's sleeping. She needs it. He kept her awake all night. I was up at 5 a.m. I think. I was up at like 5 a.m. with him. And she just put him down at 4. He was up 1 to 3 with her. Slept for an hour. And and then he got me up. So I changed him and did whatever. And then D's for being loud. I'm saying she's loud. He's a loud one. I don't know. I'm still waking up, y'all. Bloop, 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 bloop. Maybe after this I'll be able to put him down. Who knows? Who knows? If we didn't have a Rona as a concern, yeah. It's putting a damper on a lot of things. A lot of things. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I think a lot of people would be offering to take them for a few hours if this whole thing wasn't going on. You want to stand? Was that all it took? You could have just said something. He's like the worst roommate. He's always trying to get into my wife's shirt. Screams constantly. Goes in his pants. He can't even stand up for himself. Hey, my stream is finally excellent. I have no idea what's going on with this or how this propagates or anything. Blah, blah, blah. So what do y'all want to talk about? What does everyone want to talk about this morning? Because clearly I planned ahead. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm glad you guys are safe. That sounds terrifying. 5 minutes from us. Wow, that is crazy. And I'm finding out about it now through a live stream. You guys couldn't call, you couldn't text. I'm just busting you. I'm glad you guys are safe. Yeah. You glad Uncle Rich and Aunt Eileen are safe, buddy? And he just cares about the banana. Just cares about his banana. Oh, yeah, grab it, grab it. There. Now, you know, if you want it and you don't throw it, you just hold it, you can put it back in your mouth when you do want it. Let's see. My office got hit, trees down, and the dog pen got thrown to the neighbor's yard. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, I hope everyone in your office is okay as well. That is rough. Okay, you're pulling everything. Nope. Got it. No. Don't put cords in your mouth. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad you guys are safe. If there's anything I can do, let me know. Well, does he sleep in the office? Like, God bless you. Does he sleep in the office? Like, I mean, I guess. I don't know. You don't know either? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he has all the explanations and we just can't understand them. Seems pretty good. Pretty happy. Yeah, buddy. Really? Is that so? Oh, up to 4 concurrent viewers. Good morning. Connor, no freaking out. I know. Well, he's either getting hungry or getting tired. Actually, I might have to give him some Tylenol. His teeth are coming in, so... Look, stuff. Yeah. His teeth are coming in, so he's either very agreeable or very not. What are you gonna do? You are fascinated. He is fascinated with the back of my chair because it's like a mesh, but it's like a taut mesh. So he's never seen it before. The third time he's like seen it and touched it, and gets this really confused look on his face every time. It's hilarious. What a morning. I swear though, I'm gonna get jacked from just rocking him and shaking him and stuff. So how is everyone staying sane through this crazy time? Barely. I'm doing leather work. I'm working on my videos. And I'm really working on doing a lot of cooking. Michaela is playing a lot with her mom and sister. They all play Minecraft together. And just getting a lot of chores and stuff done around the house. That's pretty much all we're doing. Every now and then we're going on a walk through the cemetery. I went over that yesterday. Today's looking up to be a pretty nice day, so perhaps we'll go for another walk. How's that sound, little man? Wanna go for a walk? So that'll be nice. Get out of the house for 10 minutes. Get some fresh air, get some sunlight, get some vitamin D. Or C or whatever it is. I think it's D. I don't remember. What do you see in the corner? That's pretty much it. I play on Xbox almost every night with my little brother, which is good. What about you guys? What are you doing to stay sane? Oh, and I'm doing this every morning now, just so I have a reason to get up and get moving in the morning. Yeah, this is fun. Hopefully it entertains you guys a bit as well. What are you looking at? It's just a door. It's just a plain door. There's not any decoration on it. I don't know if my beer is going to survive. Shared you on Facebook. Sorry for not chatting. Calls are back at the moment. That's fine. Thank you for sharing me. And if you're busy, you're busy. I get it. Life happens. Life gets in the way sometimes. Clearly, I'd rather be in here doing leather work and chatting and stuff, but somebody is very awake and very chatty. So, my hands are occupado. Bloop, 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 bloop. fine, buddy. You're okay. You're okay. What is it? Tomorrow or tonight? I want to do some. I want to try and start patterning out some dice trays and see if I can get that on its way. Maybe even start working on a wallet design or two. Because as soon as this is over, I want to hit the ground running. Oh, and by the way, Eileen, thank you so much for becoming a patron yesterday. It is very, very much appreciated. Because he's expensive. Catching up with TV or movies that I haven't been able to see. Went to my Grams last week, yeah. I did see that. I might actually try that. That'd be a really cute little project for me to do, on a live stream when I'm not holding a baby. Self-quarantine for 14 days. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take a look at that keychain and see what I can do with that. Maybe I can, if there's a pattern, I could make a couple of them and give them away or something. Who knows? I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe just as a thank you, just send them out to all my patrons. That might get dark though. I don't know. Who knows? Body. Oh, it does have a pattern? Awesome. I'm definitely checking that out then later. Can you resend that to me actually? In case it got buried. You don't have to do it now, just when you get a chance. Just so that I know that I have it. Because I think that'd be a fun little thing to do. It should be something I could just do at my desk. I think it's small enough that I don't even need the stitching pony. But I think I could take my camera over there reasonably well if I need to. Yeah, I can do that. Let me show you what I did. Because I have I have a couple different screens here, so I can mostly take that over. It's a little out of focus, but I think once I'm standing, I think it's focusing on the thing behind it. So I think once I'm standing there, it'll be in a better way to focus. Yes, he is very, very demanding. All right, we're back to this. He can be a very, oh, is he rubbing his eyes? I think he's getting tired. It's about time. It is definitely about time he got tired. Oh, boy. No, the thing I don't get, he barely slept last night, but the night before he slept like 6 hours. Uh-huh. Yep. Mm-hmm. Really. I don't know. Connor, no reason to scream. Alright, right, guys, he's definitely getting tired now, so I'm gonna get going. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for helping make this world better, one kerf at a time. I will see you tomorrow.